Spurs legends take on the AC Milan legends. And let's give you a few of the names in the Spurs team. Michael Dawson, Ledley King, Stephen Carr, Aaron Lennon, Tom Huddleston, David Ginola, Jermaine Defoe.
Your old mate just passing through.
That's right. Pascal Chimbonda, Dimitar Berbatov, and someone I've played with. I turned out a couple of times for an earlier incarnation of the Spurs legends. I got a couple of games. They were good enough to give me a game. Mark Falco, who's a top man and still going strong. And he's of an earlier vintage than a lot of these guys, but I'm sure we'll still find the net. And our next guest is also playing, the former Spurs QPR midfielder, Sandro. Good afternoon, Sandro.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good. Now, you may have an advantage on some of these guys because you pulled on the boots last year, didn't you? I think we spoke to you then for Harbour Town of the Southern.
Yes.
Yeah, you have some friends at the club, so you've played probably a little bit more recently than some of these other guys.
Yes, I have to run more, so this is a pressure. To be fair, it's a pressure. It will be on me on the pitch if I will be in the pitch, because the manager, I hope I can play, but
who's managing?
I think will be Ozzy and Clive.
Right, okay, Ozzy Ardiles and Clive Allen. If it's Ozzy, it'll be very attacking. I mean, you're nominally in defensive midfield, but feel free to fly forward if it's Ozzy, if that's anything to go by. Quite a few players that you played with, Sandro, your vintage of players when you were there, Harry Redknapp, are playing in this game. So it'll be nice to you, a trip down memory lane, as we say in this country.
Yeah, it will be amazing. It will be special for me as well, because my family will be there, my kids, and they like Tottenham, and they will see me playing for Tottenham, and with all of those names that you mentioned. And I'm excited. Aaron Leno, Jermaine Defoe, like you said, Tom Huddleston, Gomez, Ledley King, and it will be a pleasure to be just in the same room again, and to put the boots and to run and to bring back those amazing moments, memories that we had together.
A different stadium, of course. That'll be the other thing that will be great for you guys, to play in the new stadium, which you didn't get a chance to do.
Exactly. I go a lot at the stadium. I do a few things for Tottenham, and I always wanted to be there playing, in this amazing stadium with the fans, because it's an atmosphere that every player wants to play, and I will ask the fans again, please guys, come and support us. It's a good cause as well. And it will be amazing for us to have the opportunity to play in front of the fans again. And I think if the fans turns up, will be amazing. And we're gonna beat Milan again, and we can do it again.
We have an annual game here at talkSPORT, and it's really noticeable that when the pros that we have here put the boots on again, they can't help themselves. The competitive spirit, the competitive instinct, it really does. Maybe the body doesn't match, but that's still there. I'd imagine that's the same for you.
It will be a competitive game, I'm sure.
100%. Pirlo needs to be careful, because we are not. Cafu will be there. I know some legends, Brazilian legend, will be there, and I don't want the autographs, huh? I'm telling them. Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, that's good.
You had a little spell in Italy, didn't you? You went to a couple of clubs in Italy after you left the UK.
2 years I played in Italy: Genoa, Udinese, and Benevento. So.
What about the difference in the two leagues, playing in the two leagues? I mean, we've gone back to this Ivan Perisic line when he first came to the Premier League, saying just how different and how much harder the Premier League was than he'd experienced before.
I will say that the Serie A in Italy, it's more, they run more, they jog, run is more tactical, it's more harder. To be fair, I don't really like to watch. I really enjoyed played for Tottenham, in England as well for Tottenham. It's because the league it's so open. It's you can attack, you defend. There's a lot of transition. It's excited. It's excited to watch, and it's more about the strength. You have to be strong to play in the Premier League, otherwise you won't play. And in Italy, it's more like it's a lower piece and it's more tactical. And
sure.
I will say.
Leisurely. You came over from Brazil when you were about 20, and we were thinking that there've been players. We speak to Tim Vickery every week in Rio, and he says they're getting younger and younger. They're coming to European football even earlier, and he worries about that and thinks that some of these players aren't ready. And we've seen like David Washington get homesick and have to go back.
It's difficult, isn't it? Really, to time it perfectly because it's a different culture, it's a different way of life. Apart from as you said, the league is very different.
Yeah, it's a huge difference between the culture from Brazil compared to England, and I agree. They are coming not ready. I think they need to be there. And need to play more in the Brazil league. Because otherwise they will not perform. They are not ready, and sometimes they buy a player and after they loan the player, and that don't make sense for me. So I think, and even for the Brazilian national team now, I think the national team is become weak. I don't know if it's because of that. But I think they need to be playing more in Brazil and to feel ready to come here, because it's a huge difference between the leagues and the culture.
Well, there's more money in Brazil now. We're suddenly seeing players go back because one or two of the clubs, or a few of the clubs, can pay the players a decent enough salary to go back and play. So maybe that'll. I mean, there's two big games this week, as you know, Sandro. Colombia and Argentina. And for Brazil, and no Messi, which could be very helpful from Brazil's point of view next week.
Yeah, sure. And like you said, the teams in Brazil they are paying a huge money for the players, and I just was speaking to one of my friends, and we do. It's amazing how they can pay like the European teams are paying in the moment, and I think the Brazilian league is becoming stronger because of that, because of the coaches, a lot of Portuguese coaches over there, and of course you said about the games and the national teams, and I just think Brazil needs to get better, needs to improve, and we are in the moment that we are not enjoying watching Brazil, and I fingers crossed they will change in the future, because it's a big pressure for the players now.
Quick one on Spurs then. It's all about the Europa League now, Sandro. Is Eintracht Frankfurt up next? I mean, are you hopeful? Are you optimistic that Tottenham go all the way?
100%. Is they can change the whole season, man. This is a great opportunity for them. And if the players they are intelligent, and they will put every energy on those matches, because if we can win the Europa League, will be great, man.
They're going to have to find another gear, Sandro, aren't they? Because at the moment it's not really happening in the league. Maybe they are saving themselves, but there is a danger that when it comes to it, can you up your game? Can you find another gear in another competition if you've not been playing as well in the Premier League?
But now with the players back, I think Tottenham with the injuries was so hard to deal with that, and now the players are back, so this is the important thing, and they will feel, they will talk, they will because it's a huge opportunity for change the whole season. And if I were in the change room, I will say, guys, boys, come on, let's do it, because we can do it, and we can change the whole season, please, guys.
Yeah, it'd make a huge difference to recruitment.
It would make a big difference. You're right, for next year to be in the Champions League allows you maybe players that wouldn't come could come next season. So it's a massive opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And Ange and all of those guys that work for the club, I think they are sending that message, because in the league, we cannot do. We are in the good, so we're not going to go further and in the table. So
Sure.
I think it's just to try to finish well the season. That is the most important thing, and I think we have everything to do that.
Sandro, enjoy the game at the weekend, and thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, guys. Take care.
There we are. That's Sandro, one of the Spurs legends, as we said, alongside Michael Dawson, Ledley King, Aaron Lennon, Tommy Huddleston, Jermaine Defoe, Teddy Sheringham, Berbatov, Ginola, loads of great players.
Good team.
Pirlo, Cafu, Dida, Serginho, lots of good Milan players. It's all for a good cause. A lot of money going to the Tottenham Hotspur Foundation, and a percentage going into local charities as well.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.